Hello, my most beautiful friends. We are starting off very much zoomed in because we are doing a full face of my best of makeup 2025 and my worst of makeup 2025. I did this earlier this year, this past summer, where I did the best of and worst of so far back in June, and we are back again to let you guys know what my final thoughts are on some of these products sitting in front of me. So grab a snack, grab a drink, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we're not going to include any eyeshadow palettes today because I've already done the best and worst eyeshadow palettes of the year. If you guys have not seen it, I already ranked all 97 palettes I tried this year. That is a little ridiculous. And I showed you guys what my favorite palette of the year was versus my least favorite. So now we're just going to kind of focus on products. Alrighty guys, so I did actually try quite a few products this year, but I only picked a select few to be featured in today's video because before I used to do like 5 primers and 5 foundations and concealers, and I don't want to do that this time. I really just want to truly narrow it down to what I think is the best makeup products that I personally tried this year in 2025. So we're going to start off with the best. So the best primer that I tried this year, honestly, truly, and it's not new, it's still going to be my One Size Extreme Oil Control Sucker Primer. This to me is still my absolute favorite. I have not found a primer that comes nearly as close to this primer right here. As someone who has really, really oily skin, this has been my absolute best friend. Now, I will say, I do really enjoy the Maybelline Grippy Serum Primer. There's something about this that I thought was actually really unique and very fun because it does have that oil controlling property to it, but also it's really tacky. So I did really enjoy this. So I'll kind of give it its honorable mention. But even though this is not new, I don't have a new primer this year that I tried that I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. This has been the one and only. So we're gonna go ahead and go on the right side of my face with the best, the left side of my face with the worst. So I used to only stick to products I tried in, that year, but as much as I'd love to do that this time, it's just a little bit difficult when there's products I tried this year that truly haven't stood out to be the absolute best. Some stood out to be the worst, but not the best. So we're just going to go in with my oil control primer right here because to me, this is still the absolute best primer that I used all year. Now we're going to go into the worst. Like the worst primer that I tried this year, and honestly it's going to be from Physician Formula. This is going to be the Mineral Wear Diamond Perfector. This is a color correcting primer. Honestly, this is just a joke. Like, I don't know what Physician Formula was thinking. Like, it looks like snot. It looks like a little boogies. And I tried this and I got really excited because it had this really cool like little bubbles in there that I was like, oh, this is going to be so unique, so cool. And I just ended up really hating it. First, when I put it on my skin, it feels like it's going to be like a water base, but then it truly feels like I'm putting like baby oil on the face. That is how this feels. It's super greasy. It's super, super slick. And as you guys can see, my skin does not want to absorb this product at all. Like it just kind of sits on top of my face, kind of slipping and sliding. And it just makes it really difficult to apply a foundation on top of it. It's why I did declutter it because it just, look, I'm trying to really like rub this in and it is just not wanting to rub in at all. Like look at my hand. That's disgusting. That is just absolutely disgusting. It's one of the reasons why I decluttered it because it's just truly... It's an awful primer, and I feel really bad because I really do like some of Physician Formula products, but this just wasn't it. Like, look at the difference between my skin. This right here has already completely tightened up. As you guys can see, my pores already look a little bit softer. They're going to be a little bit, like, less visible. They're still there, but they're a little bit less visible. And on this side, I'm super shiny. I'm oily. I can literally just whoop. I can just whoop right out the face. I can go ice skating. It's so gross. I hate the way it feels on my skin. It just sits there. So that's why it is the worst. Now, when it comes to the best foundation of the year, obviously my absolute favorite holy grail is going to be the Revlon. This is the Color Stay Longwear Foundation. This has been the best of the best since 2022. I have been obsessed with this. I think one of the best things about this is that if you have like normal to dry skin, they do have a normal to dry skin version. But if you have really combo and oily skin, this is going to be your holy grail, like absolutely holy grail. But there's a foundation that I tried this year that I really fell in love with, and I'm so glad that I did because I think it's such a beautiful foundation. And even though I do get a little oily while wearing this, there's something about this foundation that I find to be just absolutely beautiful, and that's going to be the L'Oreal True Match foundation right here. I do have the shade called N3. I tried this because Shelby Ann recommended it in a Shelby Ann viral drugstore routine. I tried it and I fell in love with it. I tried it years ago and I hated it, but somehow this year I really fell in love with this. So we're gonna go in with this today because I think it's really a nice foundation. And I also realized, and I also like, this is why Shelby Ann recommended it because it truly is just that type of foundation. Now, it's not a foundation that I will wear to work because I know that I will get super oily, but when I want to just go run out and have dinner or go do some errands or stuff like that, I will throw on this foundation because it is really beautiful for like the first 6 hours before I get pretty oily. But even when I get oily, it's really not bad. Like, it's truly not bad. So I'm just going to take 2 pumps. I'm just going to go ahead and apply it to the face. It's just the way that it gives my skin a very soft, natural glow without overdoing it. It truly is just so beautiful. It's such a beautiful drugstore foundation. Whenever I first reviewed this, so many of you guys are like, yes, I love this foundation. I'm so glad that you love it. So yeah, this is not a holy grail like foundation for oily skin, but this is a beautiful natural finish foundation, and I'm so glad that Shelby Ann got me to try it because it really is just an overall beautiful foundation. Now, I can make it work and make it a little bit more matte because of the products I put on top of it, but overall it is just a beautiful like natural finish foundation, and I freaking love it. Now, when it came to the worst foundation of the year, honestly, I feel bad saying this because it truly is not the worst foundation. Like, it's really not the worst foundation. It's actually not a bad foundation at all, but I did declutter it. I just wasn't a fan. For me, I'm just not a big stick foundation. I'm just not a big fan of stick foundation. I just never have been. I don't know. I don't find them the easiest to work with, but I will say this is not a bad foundation at all. Like, it does work really nicely. I just ended up decluttering it because I just don't really use stick foundations. I just find that my skin, while it does work with it, it just doesn't favor it. Like, I notice that I get a little bit more like, I don't want to say patchy because that's not the right word, but I just get a little bit more rough patches on the skin. Like, I notice a little bit more drier patches. Which is very weird for me because I don't ever really experience that, but I could just like tell like it looks a little bit rough on the skin. So I'm not usually the biggest fan of stick foundations. I did try it and I didn't hate it. Like, I really did not hate this foundation. I really hope you guys know that I do not think it's the worst foundation. The only reason it's just going to be on the side, and kind of like what I said back in June too, is because I did declutter it, and because I decluttered it, I'm just going to use it for the category today. But truly, do I think it's the worst foundation? Absolutely not. Do I think it's the best? Absolutely not. But I know a lot of my friends do really like this foundation, and trust me, I wish I did too. Trust me, I really wish I loved this foundation too, but I don't know. There's just something about it that just doesn't resonate with me very well, and that's completely okay. It's not my favorite at all, but it's still not the worst. Okay, so for cream bronzer, my favorite cream bronzer this year, there were 2 of them. First off, we have the About Face bronzer right here. I love the About Face bronzer. This literally just goes on and it literally just melts into the skin. It is such a beautiful, beautiful bronzer. But I also really love the Morphe bronzers too. Like, their little bronzing stick. It is just so nice, and the way that it just glides and melts in the skin too, I absolutely love it. So we're gonna go in with the Morphe one today because I really do love the way that this just truly just melts on the face. It has become one of my favorite like stick bronzers, which is really weird because it's really weird because I never thought it'd be a Morphe one, but I will say I also really love the About Face. It's also really beautiful, a little bit more on the glowy side, so if you like a little bit more glowy base, that's going to be for you. But it is an overall beautiful, beautiful foundation. I mean, it is an overall beautiful, beautiful bronzers. Like, you cannot go wrong with either or. They really are incredible, and I absolutely do love both of them. So I think for me, when it comes to cream bronzers this year, both of them win the best of. Now, when it comes to the worst bronzers of the year, I have 2 of them. So the first one I have is going to be from CoverGirl. This is going to be the CoverGirl Blend True Skin Enhancer. This is a contour brush. This, to me, was just so piss poor. It looks super gray, super ashy on me, and it was very difficult to blend out. I did not like this, and unfortunately for me, I did pick this up at CVS, and there wasn't like a way for me to test the shades. I couldn't figure out like how to shade match it. I kept trying to go online. It was not the easiest thing to work with, so I absolutely did not like this. It just like, it doesn't like to blend. It just, whenever it does blend, it's like super patchy and just looks like it's dirt. Like, it looks like dirt on the skin. I did not like this bronzer at all. I decluttered it for a reason. Same thing with the Rare Beauty. This is going to be the contour bronzer as well. This just looks like, again, straight up just like kind of like dookie on the skin. I don't know why. I just did not like this. It was super patchy. It just does not blend out very nicely, and it just gives me like this really weird gray undertone to it. Like, that looks like dirt. That looks like pure dirt and shit mixed on my hand. Do y'all not see that? Both are absolutely horrible. I did not like these at all. And it's so funny because I've seen quite a few of my friends also putting the Rare Beauty like bronzer contour stick in the worst of as well. I'm not going to judge anyone who does like it, because if you can get it to work for you, by all means, I'm freaking jealous because I had to pay for this myself, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I could not figure out how to get this to work. And I know this is supposed to be marketed as a contour, so it's supposed to be a little bit more gray undertone and not necessarily a bronzer. But I do love to use a bronzer for contour and for like bronzing underneath my skin. And I've always been able to make that work. And this just is just one of those products. I couldn't make it work. I could not make it work, and I look red. I can't tell what you guys can tell on camera because I have beauty lights in my face, so it's harder for me to see. I won't see it until editing how it really looks. But for me, it has a really weird like gray red undertone to it, and I don't like it. I just don't like it. Now it comes to the best of liquid blushes. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, there really wasn't a best liquid blush this year. Like there was not a blush that I tried that I was like, oh my God, this is so good. In terms of like a liquid blush. So I'm just gonna go in with the Huda Beauty just because I've been gravitating a lot to this recently. Do I think it's the best liquid blush that I tried this year? No. Like I do not, but I do really like it. It is really pretty. It smells wonderful. Has a nice little watermelon scent to it, but I by all means do not think that this is the best blush in terms of like a liquid blush I tried this year. Now when it comes to the worst blush I tried this year, we're gonna have the Pixi On The Glow Bronze Tinted Moisturizer Stick. This is supposed to be like a bronze stick, but it's also a blush stick. Y'all, this is just shitty. It's just shitty. I did not like this at all. It just, the way that it just like grabs onto the foundation and it just lifts it up underneath, and it has just this really weird like texture and glow. I apply it directly to the skin. I know you're not supposed to do that, but I tried applying it to the skin to add a little more pigmentation to it. It still didn't work. I would sit here and I'd put it on my brush. Still doesn't work. I don't know. There's just the way that it just sits on the foundation and the way that it pulls underneath. It just was not a good product to me. I did not care for it. Like I feel like you could barely even see it there. Like I think if you see anything, it's probably like left over from here, but like I feel like you can barely see anything from there. I just did not like this stick whatsoever. And this is marketed as a bronze stick, but it definitely is a blush stick. Or unless that's a bronzer, it's a really weird bronzer to me. But I generally just was not a fan. Now, when it comes to concealer, there was not a concealer that I tried this year that I thought was the absolute best concealer. I will say that I really do enjoy the Neutrogena Radiant Creamy Concealer. That's supposed to be a dupe to like the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I do really love this, and I still do love my ABH Magic Touch Concealer. I still use this all the time, but we're going to go in with this one. Is it the best of the best? No, it's not. But I do really like it, and it does work. And I will say that I do really like it. It does work. I've used it for quite some time now. I just feel like when it comes to concealers and brows, I'm not the biggest fan of those products. So I feel like I never really had the best or worst. Now I'm gonna go ahead and apply it on this side too, because I generally do not have a worse concealer that I tried this year. So we're just gonna also apply it there. Alrighty, now when it comes to setting powder, obviously my favorite setting powder in the entire world is still gonna be my One Size. Still gonna be my One Size, along with my Nakia Joy Cosmetics and my Kimchi Chic. These are my three holy grail setting powders. I use them every single day. I absolutely do love them. But there was a setting powder that kind of stood out to me this year that I was like, wait a minute, I actually really like you. And that's gonna be the L'Oreal Blurfection setting powder right here. This is the second one that I have. I did go through the first one. I will say I absolutely do enjoy this. Does it do the most wowing to control the oil? It does not, but it really helps to just settle in. But it really helps to blur my imperfections. It gives me like a soft airbrush finish, and I just really love my makeup looks underneath it for quite a few hours. I really love my makeup looks underneath it for a few hours before I do get a little bit oily. And even when I do get oily, it doesn't look horrible. Like it just looks like I'm getting a soft glow. It's a really beautiful, beautiful setting powder, and I can see why so many people raved about this one this year, because it really just gives you that soft airbrush finish, and I really enjoyed that about this. I really found myself using this powder a lot this past year, and I'm very glad that I did, because it's just an overall very beautiful, beautiful setting powder. Now, when it comes to the worst setting powder that I tried this year, it's going to go to the LYS. This is going to be the translucent setting powder right here. I thought this was going to be miracles on my really oily skin. It got marketed as such. This was going to be oil controlling. This would be, you know, pore minimizing, long lasting, transfer proof, waterproof, all that jazz. And this did absolutely nothing. It did nothing for that. So I'm going to go ahead and use it for today. I was very, very disappointed. After like 2 or 3 hours of wearing this setting powder, I noticed that I was getting extremely oily. I noticed that my makeup was transferring. It was not lasting. It was separating on the skin, and it just did not look good after a couple hours of wear. So I just kind of knew then, like, oof, this might not be it for me. I tried it quite a few times behind the scenes. I wore it to work, and I just looked a little not to my liking. My skin just looked a little bit rough, and I really had a lot of high hopes because there's quite a few products from the LYS line that I really do love. It's just that the setting powder just was not it at all. Now, when it comes to the best bronzer that I've tried this year, I will have two sitting in front of me. The first one's gonna be the Makeup by Mario. This is gonna be the Surreal Soft Scope Blurring Bronzer. I actually really fell in love with this. They sent this to me a couple months ago. I've been trying it out, and I was like, wait, this is actually really good. Like, this is actually really good. It goes on very softly, gives me a nice airbrush finish without being too much, and I really, really, really fell in love with this. But I think it's safe to say that my favorite bronzer of the entire year, it should be no surprise to you guys because I've talked to you guys about this nonstop, it's going to be the Dior Jumbo Bronzer. Y'all, I hit pan on this, and as someone who tries and reviews a lot of makeup, I never hit pan on anything. I'll be so realistic with you guys. Some of you guys were like, do a pan project. Guys, I can't. I never hit pan on anything, and I finally did with this, and it's so exciting. So we're going to go in with this today. I'm also going to use this all over the face because I don't have the worst bronzer of the year, like powder bronzer. I just generally did not try a powder bronzer this year that I hated, so I don't have a category for that, but we're going to go in with my favorite bronzer. This is just beautiful. I fell in love with this. Now, I hated that I fell in love with this because this is freaking $60 bronzer. It's a $60 bronzer, but my God, is it worth it? It's so long lasting. This works with any foundation that I apply on top of. Any foundation, this just works so beautifully with, and I'm just like, how? How do you work so beautifully with it? It gives you a soft airbrush finish. It's long lasting. It smells incredible. It doesn't cake, it doesn't creak, it doesn't crease, and it just looks like you have a very soft, beautiful glow in the skin, and I really love that about this. I just love that it's very, very universal, and it just can work on any foundation I put it on top of. I never have to worry about this bronzer ever, and it's just good. It's just a good bronzer. But I will say, you know that it's a good bronzer if I hit pan on it the way that I did, because it shows that I use it all the time, and I absolutely do. Now, when it comes to the best blushes of the year, like powder blushes, I have three sitting in front of me. The first one's going to be from YSL. This is going to be the 44 Lavender. Y'all, this is going to be a satin finish blush. I typically don't like blushes like this because it has a little bit of a soft glow to it, but there's something about this blush that I just think it's so beautiful. It gives me a soft glow to the cheeks, so it's not too overwhelming. It's very, very long lasting. I absolutely love the color. I love how soft my skin looks when wearing it. I get a lot of compliments whenever I wear this blush, and it just truly is an overall beautiful, beautiful blush. I recommended it when I first tried it, and I fell in love with it. I think I told you guys it was the best back in June. I even recommended it in the Sephora saving event. This was truly incredible. Another blush that I absolutely fell in love with this year is going to be from Singe Beauty. This is going to be the Evocative Silk Blushes. These are incredible. I absolutely love these blushes so much. A little bit does go a long way. I do like Risky Raisin, and even though it's a bit more deeper for me, the way that I go in was so softly, and I just slowly built it up. It's just a really beautiful, silky blush. It doesn't settle into any fine lines. It doesn't emphasize any textures or pores on the face. It truly is just so beautiful. It gives you a soft, silky blush look without being too powerful. This is one of those blushes that you can definitely build up, which I really appreciate because I am very, very blush heavy, and I do a lot of blush blindness, and I feel like with this Singe Beauty, it really helps to control me doing that because a little bit does go a long way, but if I want to build it up, I absolutely can. They're freaking beautiful. I love Singe Beauty blushes, and I really, really, really hope that she extends the blush line because I only have 4, and I need more shades. Now, my number one favorite blush I think I go back to time and time and time again, it's going to be from Tower 28. These are the Get Set blushes. I have the shade right here called Malibu Cooler. I absolutely love these blushes. I use them all the time. Like, truly, I use these blushes all the time. They're absolutely beautiful. They go on very, very softly, so they're really, really easy to build. They're really easy to build. You can keep them super soft, or you guys can definitely build them up. They give you a really soft airbrush finish, and one of the things I love about this the most is that if for some reason you mess up and you go in a little bit too heavy-handed, these are so easy to work with and help to tone back down, and I really, really love that about them. This is probably my favorite color from them, the Malibu Cooler. It's a really soft baby pink. Normally I like a good lavender or a dusty rose, but this one I just really love during the winter season. It is just so beautiful, so effortless, and like I said, I can go back in with a bigger powder brush and I can just kind of softly diffuse that just to give me a soft wash of color without being too much. I freaking love it. That's why it's the best blush that I've tried this year. Well, those 3 blushes are the best blushes, but oh my God, they're amazing. I'm going to go ahead and apply this to the other side as well because I don't have a worse powder brush, which actually I'm really happy about that. Okay guys, so up next I'm going to go into setting my face. Now I do set my face periodically throughout my entire routine. So we're going to start off with my first step, which is going to be the One Size Powder Melt Glass Setting Spray. Can you tell that she's well loved? Can you tell that she is well loved? I absolutely love this spray so much. I'm going to do it all over my entire face because I don't have the worst of a glass setting spray, but this really helps to just melt all those powders back. This helped to melt all those powders, bring some life back to your face, and not make you look so like sucked in like a Sahara Desert butthole. Like give you some sort of glow, and Lumosity kind of melts all those powders together, and it just is like, think of like a dry asphalt and then a rain happens, right? And after the sun starts to shine, you see just a little bit of like a glistening on the road because the asphalt just got a little bit of moisture back to the skin. That's what this does right here. It truly is incredible. I mean, literally, even though I have really oily skin, somehow this works beautifully with me. It's why I am almost out because I love it so much. It's so good. Okay, so while that's actually melting, we're gonna go into just a simple eye product today. So I'm not the biggest fan of single shadows. I've been very vocal about that, but I do try them from time to time. And one of the ones that stands out for me for being the best, and maybe I'm just going to be a little biased because it is my own, and that's going to be the Ofra Cosmetics. This is going to be the white pumpkin topper right here. If you guys did not know, I did create a Falling in Love collection last year, and Falling in Love collection 2 years ago. And they did discontinue my collection, but they allowed me to take my white pumpkin, which was going to be an eye topper, and make it into an individual shade. I really do love this little white topper moment. I just really tap it on. Now, sometimes I go in with a soft bronzer all over the lid if I want to add just a little bit more depth, but a lot of times I just go in and I just tap this on the lid. Now, you can have it be very soft and effortless like this. It just has a little bit of a glow to the skin, just a little bit glow to the eye, or you guys can add some glitter glue to really have a pop, but I like to just go in with this soft little finger. Takes 2 seconds just to sit here and tap on the lid, and that's just it. That's just it. It's very soft, very effortless. It doesn't, require anything to it. It lasts me all day, and I just really am proud of my little white pumpkin topper. Now, the worst eye topper that I tried this year are 2 different products. The first one's going to be from Tresquite. This is going to be their eyeshadow stick, and this just barely gives me any sort of pigmentation, like at all. Do you guys see that? Like, I was not a fan when I tried this. And I was really excited to try the brand. They were so sweet to send it to me. But for me, this was very unimpressive. I did not like this at all, so I did declutter it. But I think the worst one was actually from Urban Decay. These are going to be like their eyeshadow, liquid eyeshadows. Y'all, I cannot tell you how many times I have to do this to try to get any sort of pigmentation. I have this shade right here, I think called Space Cowboy or something like that, yeah. And I'm just going to take this, I'm going to apply this on the lid. Y'all, when I tell you this was such a disappointment, I'm not kidding. First off, it moves my powder underneath. Even like when I sit here and I put primer on, like eye primer on or bronzer, it just kind of shifts my makeup underneath. It goes on wet, but then when it starts to dry, it just looks really cakey and crusty. It just looks absolutely horrible, and it just cracks throughout the day. This is not a pretty product at all. I did not care for this, and I decluttered the entire line for a reason. Because it is just overall, it's just shit. It's just pure shit. And I think a lot of my friends who tried this were feeling the exact same way. The way that this applies, the way that this lasts, like it looks like I just put on like a wet product on my lid. It's just not good. You'll see. Give it a couple minutes. You're going to start to see it has cracks and creases. It was just not good. Not good. You'll start to see some lines forming on this. Just give it time. I could already see some, I could already see some lines forming right there. Horrible product. Okay, so when it comes to the best highlighter that I tried this year, of course, I'm going to do an honorable mention to the iconic London Lit and Luminous highlighter. Apparently, this has been discontinued because I can't find it anywhere anymore. But this has been my absolute favorite highlighter. I think for like the last year or 2 years, I think I recommended it for so long. I absolutely love it. But I will say that a highlighter that took me by surprise this year that I did not expect to love as much as I did was going to be the Dior Forever like Luminizer right here. This is such a beautiful highlight. Now, when I swatched it in stores before I bought it, I was like, man, I have no trust. I have no faith. But this absolutely surprised me for how beautiful this highlighter truly is. Like, let me show you. Do you guys see that glow? It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Who would have thought that a Dior product, Dior, like a high-end brand, can create something as beautiful as this? I sure as hell didn't. I did not think that they were capable of creating a blush, a highlighter like this, but I love it. Every time I look at my face, I'm always like, oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Just like, look at that glow. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's one of my favorite highlighters I tried this year, and I'm mad that it's more higher end, but damn, is it beautiful. Now, when it comes to highlighters that are my worst, I have a few sitting in front of me. So the first one's going to be from Pixie. This is going to be the On The Glow Super Glow Highlight Moisturizer Stick. This, to me, y'all, what is that? What is that? When I tried this, I was like, this is a joke. Like, it just looked really horrible on the skin. I didn't care for the color. It's sticky. And then when I start to blend it in, it starts to just melt itself away and just like melt itself into the skin. I'm like, what is going on? Like, what is going on? I did not like this. I decluttered it for a reason. Another one I did not like at all is going to be from Urban Decay. These are going to be their liquid highlighters as well. And I tried this out, and I thought I had a lot of high expectation for it. And then it just kind of sits on the skin. Like, it just kind of sits on the skin and just sits there. It was not very easy to work with. It doesn't really melt in and gives me that. It doesn't melt in or give me really highlighted glow. It kind of looks like it'd be better off as like a liquid eyeshadow more than anything else, because that's just kind of what it does right there. And it doesn't work with powder. It just kind of pulls the foundation underneath. And I was highly disappointed in this one. I tried that. I had such high hopes. And when they reached out to me so if they can send it, I was like, oh my God, I got so excited. I was like, yes. And then I tried it and I was like, what is this? What is this? Another highlighter that I did not like this year is actually from CoverGirl. This is going to be the CoverGirl True Skin Enhancer Highlighter Stick. Again, I tried this product and I was like, what is happening? It did the same thing that the bronzer did. It wasn't easy to blend out. And when it wasn't easy to blend out. When I started to get it to blend, it started to just kind of dissipate itself right there. Now, it does have a soft glow on the skin because I do have some moisturizer on my skin. But overall, this was just not an easy bronzer to work. And overall, just not an easy highlighter to work with. I was actually highly disappointed, which is so weird because like ColourPop, which is so weird because like CoverGirl is one of those brands. They're kind of like Essence to me. Quite a few products I love and work well. And other products I try, I'm like, what is that? You know what I mean? So for me, this was an easy pass for me. Another highlighter that I did not care for this year is actually from Haus Labs, and it's going to be their BioRadiant Glassy Highlighter Balm. I still don't get this. People raved about this, but I tried it, right? I tried it, and it looks really pretty on the skin. Gives you that soft, beautiful glow. And I was like, okay, let me start to blend this in. And as I start to blend it in so I can have it sitting on top of my powder, because I've seen people try this with powder, it looks like this, but it stays wet. It doesn't dry down. So if my hair touches it, my hair sticks to it. Like, my hair absolutely sticks to it. And I was like, okay, this should dry down. And so I started to blend it in even more. And as I blend it even more, it just starts to dissipate. So I'm like, what do I do? How do I get this to work? I've asked you guys several times. I watched quite a few tutorials, and I cannot figure this device out. I cannot figure out how to get this to work for me. So it's why ultimately I'm decluttering it, because it just overall was a really shitty balm. And I just don't like to have something that sits on the face super wet and goopy. I want to be able to dry down and look like this. You know what I mean? Because I know that you're not always supposed to put liquid or balms on top of powders, but there are some products out there that work beautifully where you're able to do that. This just wasn't one of them. Also, do you guys see right here? See what I mean? Do you guys see that? Like, look at that. That's so gross. Like, why is it doing that? That is, like, a big reason why I do not like these. And then whenever I touch my eye, it starts to come away on my hand. It's just, like, look at my eye right here. Beautiful, soft, blurred, doesn't crack or crease in the lid, right? This right here, gross. It's gross. Okay, so I think the worst powdered highlighter that I tried this year is actually going to be from J Cat Beauty. I did not like this. Did not like this at all. This is a baked highlighter, and you could tell that it is because I literally have to dig in here hard to get any sort of pigmentation, and then I have to put it on my skin, and it just does not want to give me as much highlight. Now, it's doing that right there because it's on top of the balm, but let me show you it like actually on my skin. Let me apply it. Do you see that? And like when I start to like blend this out, because I'm taking a little bit more of that blush, you see how it's starting to disappear right here? Like, do you guys see how it's starting to disappear? So right here, it's still visible right here, but then right here, it's starting to dissipate off the skin. I don't like that. See how it's not budging that highlighter at all? So it just makes me like, not a fan. Not a fan. Okay, so when it comes to mascaras, I did not try any mascaras that I absolutely hated this year. I tried a lot of mascaras I ended up loving. So my two favorite mascaras I tried this year are going to be both from, I think, L'Oreal, or both from, one from Maybelline, one from L'Oreal. The first one from Maybelline is going to be the Bubble Mascara. This right here was, they sold me it on TikTok. I really fell in love with it. And even though this is not waterproof, y'all, let me tell you, I have cried one too many times in this mascara, and it does not budge, does not run. I freaking love it. But my favorite one I think I tried this year is the Telescopic Extensionist Mascara from L'Oreal. This is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. I'm going to use this today on both eyes because, like I said, I don't have a mascara that I hate that I tried. So we're just going to use this on both lids today. Not only does this help to lift and separate, but it actually does give me volume on the lashes, which I love and appreciate. Okay, so before we go in with lips, I'm gonna set my face one more time, and this time I'm gonna go with the Danessa Myricks. This is the Yummy Skin Liquid Blurring Balm. Y'all, I absolutely love this. And I will finish off my makeup one more time with one more setting spray. It's how I really help to control the oil, by the way, like just so you guys know. I know it's a little eccentric, but it's a routine that works so well for me, so that's why I do it. I'm gonna go into lips. I will say my favorite like lip treatment that I use every day pre-makeup, which I forgot to put on today, is actually gonna be from POV. This is gonna be the Clear Ampit. I actually really do love this. This helps to hydrate the lips. It makes them soft, supple, and ready for a lip application. Whenever I put this on, any product I put on after it, my lips, it goes on so smoothly. It helps to, you know, get away any dryness that I have on my lips. It helps to fill in like those soft lines to make my lipstick application go on a lot smoother and last a lot longer. I absolutely do love this. So while this is drying down, I will say the best products that I use to get ready with like my pre-makeup routine, I'm gonna go over right now because I don't have the worst of. Like I don't have any worst skincare that I tried this year. I just had the best. So when it comes to milky toner, when I go in first, my favorite one of all time is actually from Thayer's. This is gonna be the hydrating milky toner. I absolutely do love this. A little bit does go a long way. I put this on right after I cleanse my face. I tap it in, and it just really helps to lock in that hydration. It helps to prep my skin. It helps to improve my skin barrier, and it makes my makeup routine, it makes my makeup application go on very smoothly. Now I will also say that POV, their Drench It does the exact same thing. This helps to really add hydration back to my skin after cleansing. It really helps to prep my skin and get my skin ready for the day. And I really do love this. I use this a lot on the days that I'm doing like a no makeup look. If I want to have a very soft, glowy skin, that's what this is going to be for. This is truly, truly amazing. Michaela did something with that. I really do love these two products to get started with. Then afterwards, I do go in with a serum, and I will say that my two favorite serums are going to be from Point of View. This is going to be the Drip It right here. Mine is practically empty at this point. I do have another one, but mine is empty. A couple drops of this really helps to add a soft glow to the skin. As someone who's really oily, I never thought that I'd find myself gravitating to a product like this, but honestly, it really helps to add a super beautiful hydration to the skin. It really helps to give me a soft, subtle glow, and it really helps to lock in my moisturizer, my toner, and get my skin ready for the day. I really, really, really do love this nourishing serum. Next, I'm going to go in with moisturizer. Now, I will say my absolute favorite morning moisturizer, one that I wear every single day, is actually going to be from Bioma. This is going to be the moisturizing gel cream right here. It's a triple ceramide complex that has niacinamide and green tea. Niacinamide is perfect for someone like me who has very oily skin and large pores. This is a phenomenal, phenomenal moisturizer. This works with any sort of skincare routine I do in the morning and at night, but I only exclusively use this in the morning because it is going to be my exclusive use this in the morning because it is going to be a cream gel mixture. And again, it works beautifully with my really oily skin. Having that niacinamide in here really helps to prep and prime and help to control that shine. And I really, really, really love this. Now, I will say I was impressed with the POV Whip It right here. I was impressed. As someone who's really oily skin, I never thought that I would like a product like this. Is it my favorite? No, but I have used quite a bit of it because it does a really great job at adding just a soft, subtle glow, but moisturizing my skin at the same time. It deeply moisturizes my skin, so it really helps to control the oil production, but I don't use it every single day. A lot of times I use this as my final routine on the days that I just want to have no makeup but have a very glowy base where I look like I woke up just shining and glowing. That's what this does for me. That's exactly what this does for me. So I will say I highly do recommend it. It truly is a phenomenal, phenomenal moisturizer. When it comes to eye cream, my favorite eye cream to get ready with in the morning is going to be from Belief. I literally put this on my under eyes, and it really helps to just smooth and depuff those under eyes. It helps to make them look a little bit more brighter, a little bit more softer, and it makes makeup application go on a lot better, and it helps to control any of the fine lines I do have in my eyes because I am 36 years old and those lines are super present, and this helps to combat that right there. So those are my morning skincare preps that I do. I do have a nighttime routine, but at the end of the day, my nighttime routine consists of Elements, Murad, Glow Recipe, and Metacube. There's really nothing new to them. I showed you guys like my morning and night. I showed you guys my morning routine and my nighttime routine not too long ago, like in a short. I can do an updated video if you guys want me to, but these are the products that I use every single day before I go in with makeup. These are my pre-skin prep. These are what I use to help to prep my skin to make my makeup look better, last longer, and to really help to control that shine. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off this little lip ampoule right here because it did the job by softening the lips. And now we're gonna go in with my best and worst lip products. So for the best, it should be no surprise, absolutely no surprise that my favorite product this year for lips is going to be the coffee lip kit right here from Glamlight. I have bragged about these coffee lip kits since I got my hands on them. Unfortunately, they sold out again. They keep selling out, and they said that was the final restock. Bitch, it better not be. This better not be the final restock because this is truly incredible. And I know they recently just did a restock. I went to get my hands on it because they were doing a Black Friday 40% off sale. No codes are working. My code wasn't even working. I kept trying to apply it. I don't know what happened there. So unfortunately, by the time I was able to finally check out, it said your product has sold out. And I was like, no, it didn't. No, it didn't. But it did. Glamlight, I'm looking at you. This is my favorite. This is my favorite. So the reason I'm not even putting this on today is because you guys can't get this. I think it's bullshit. I call bullshit. Bring it back. Bring it back. Why are we doing exclusive here? Like the fuck? This is amazing. It's my absolute favorite lip kit of the year. But I'm going to go in for more accessible, something that I do wear whenever I go to work. And that's 2 different lip liners. So I have 2 different lip liners today that I still absolutely love and were a holy grail of mine this year. And I think are the best of the best. The first one's going to be from Morphe. This is going to be their signature lip pencil. And this is in the shade called Makeup Talks. Y'all, I love this shade right here called Makeup Talks. This is like very, very, very close to my Jaclyn Cosmetics Bourbon Lip Liner. This is incredible. It's very long lasting. I could put it on the lips and I can blend it out very softly and it's going to last me all day. I do not have to worry about it lifting or budging whenever I eat food. And I really do love that about that because I do, you know, eat food and drink drinks whenever I'm at work. Like it just does happen. And I don't want anything to transfer right here specifically. And this doesn't do that. It really just kind of locks in. And I mix it exclusively with my favorite lip product, which is going to be the Fenty Beauty Lip Balm right here in the shade called Tulip Kiss. This has been my absolute favorite. I've told you guys this last year. This is my absolute favorite. And I still stand by this. I'm not saying it's my 2025 favorite. It is. It's my absolute. But I want to give you guys a different recommendation as well and not just keep recommending this. Even though this is my absolute favorite lip balm product, I keep buying these because it's truly, it's just chef's kiss, my absolute favorite lip product in the entire world. This is my go-to lip balm. This is my go-to signature lip when I go to work now. Just these 2 products right here. I freaking love them. But I want to give you guys something a little bit more affordable and a little bit more accessible. So that's what I'm going to do. But I will say these are my absolute favorite. But another one that I really took by surprise this year is actually from NYX. This is going to be the Duck Plump Lip Liner right here. I have the shade called Subtle Touch. This is so beautiful. This goes on and glides on beautifully. Again, it's one of those lip liners that's not going to shift or budge. It's going to last you all day. And one of the things I will say that I love about this is that it is just a beautiful, beautiful color. And it's really easy to blend out. And surprisingly, for this being as creamy as it is, it lasts me. I have eaten salads, like super creamy salads, and it does not lift, it does not budge, it stays on. Now, the only thing that I'm not the biggest fan of is the stinging property because it is a little intense. And whenever I wear this, I will feel it on my lips all day. Like, I will feel the stinging of sensation on my lips all day. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I will feel the stinginess of this all day. Now, a lot of you guys said that you guys think I'm allergic to whatever the ingredient is in a plumper. Maybe you guys are right. Okay, I don't know if you're supposed to feel the stinging sensation all day, but I absolutely do. But you know what? I still love it. I still love this. This is my favorite drugstore lip liner. Now, the worst lip liner that I tried this year is actually going to be from Huda Beauty. These are going to be the Huda Beauty lip stains. I have a red one and I have a brown one right here. I have stored these upside down. I have stored these right. I have stored them in every single shape and way that she has told me to, and I still cannot get this thing to work for me. This is just garbage. It goes on super wet. I wanted to love it because she sold me on it. But it's very patchy. It's not easy to work with. And ultimately, it's a waste of my money. And I can't even get that to blend out. It's horrible. I do not, these were like waste. I was supposed to actually return these because it's like 50 bucks for both, but not gonna lie to you guys, I forgot. And by the time I remembered, it was already past its due date. So I was like, ooh, I couldn't return these. So that's a my fault. That's a me problem. Now, I will say that a lipstick that I tried this year that I was actually really impressed with is actually from L'Oreal. I'm going to go into the shade right here called Caramel Latte. I got this because of Shelby Ann. This is a beautiful lipstick. It does have a little bit of metallic sheen to it, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but we're going to make it work. I'm going to use it on this side too because I don't have a worse lipstick that I tried. So I'm just going to put that right there. But I will say this is super creamy, super creamy, super buttery, and it's very long lasting for a drugstore lipstick. I was actually really impressed because normally my favorite drugstore lipstick is Almay, but this one actually impressed me. I just didn't like the sheen. I didn't like the metallicness of this, but I will say it pairs very beautifully with the Maybelline Lifter Gloss. This is in the shade called Iced Out, and I absolutely love this little lip gloss combo. It's so good. Like, look at how pretty that is. Is that not beautiful? I'll put it right here too. But do not see how beautiful this natural lip combo is. I got this lip combo from Shelby Ann. I did not create it myself, but I will say it's absolutely beautiful. I really do love it. I feel like you still see a difference between the two lips. Like this right here looks very natural, very soft. And this right here, this looks like I have a bloody lip. This looks right here like I have a bruised lips. Do you guys see that? It looks like I have a freaking bruised lip. Look at the difference. No. This, yes. This, absolutely not. No. All right, now to finish off the entire makeup routine, we're going to finish off my face with a finishing powder. So a powder that I really fell in love with this year is actually made from One Size. This is going to be the Silk Finishing Powder. This is so beautiful. It really helps to go on. It helps to really just tie your makeup together. It goes on very softly, helps to blur any imperfections. I will say the only reason why it's not my absolute favorite because I do notice that it does oxidize down on my skin just a tiny, tiny bit. So it can make my foundation look a little bit deeper than what it is, but it is really beautiful nonetheless. But I will say my absolute favorite finishing powder I tried this year that I bought another one of, Givenchy finishing powder. This truly was my absolute favorite finishing powder of the year. I hit pan. And you guys know I, again, never hit pan on anything. And I hit pan on this. And that just says how much I absolutely love this finishing powder right here. Now, I'm going to use this on the other side of the face because I don't have a finishing powder that I tried that I hated. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill that in right here. But this has been my absolute holy grail finishing powder that I had to go buy another one because it really is just that beautiful. That beautiful. It helps to blur my imperfections. It helps to soften my makeup look. It helps my makeup look a little bit more airbrushed. And it helps to lock everything in and make it last all day long. I freaking love it. Now for the last step, which will be setting spray. Besides my One Size On Till Dawn setting spray, you guys know this is the best of the best. Like literally the best of the best. I will say the L'Oreal 3-second setting mist, this is fantastic. This is truly fantastic. And this is like a perfect dupe to the One Size right here. I call this hairspray in a bottle because it literally feels like hairspray. Like, let me show you. My God. Oh, y'all, it is hairspray in a bottle. It always makes my eyes water because it's such an intense spray, such an intense smell, but bitch, does it lock in that makeup. It locks it in. It helps to set the makeup, and it is a perfect dupe to my One Size. And I buy this all the time because I go through these actually quite often because I try to cherish this one a little bit more, but oh my God, this is amazing. Now, the worst setting spray that I tried this year, it's going to be from Huda Beauty. This is the Easy Bake Setting Spray. This sucks. First off, look at this. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, it does, like, the sprayer, like, I don't know why it does that, but it doesn't spray properly at all. And whenever it does spray, it just kind of falls down in the bottle and leaves this weird white cast to it. I don't know why it does that. And it leaves a white cast on my skin, too. Let's see if it does it. It's not even spraying anymore. This is just, it's a horrible sprayer. It doesn't last all day. It goes on super wet. I had to spray it really, really close. And I just was really disappointed with this. And I'm not the only one. I've heard a lot of people griping about this particular setting spray. I feel like they could have used a different bottle. Maybe if they had a different bottle for this type of formula, it would have sprayed better. But this one was just, a waste of my money. That is a full face. Look at that. Like, look what I'm doing. Like, see how it's like doesn't want to dry down? See, it's like little wet marks in the face. Ugh, don't like it. I decluttered it for a reason, but that is a full face of the best products I tried this year in 2025 versus mostly a full face of the worst products that I tried this year in 2025. So let me go ahead and zoom you guys out and I'll wrap up this video. My makeup is still refusing to dry down, and I love that you can really see like I got a bruised lip. That's horrible. So that is a full face of the best and worst products that I tried this year in 2025. Let me know down in the comments below, what did you guys try this year that was your best and your worst? I want to hear from you guys. So with that said, guys, that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already. So I do post 3 to 4 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channels, R for Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful page members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe. Either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in the very next video.